Man, we're back, man. I'm loving this series, man. The interior offensive lineman, center guard combo, man. Kuiper has named off a bunch of maulers. If we have made it to number 2 in Kuiper's interior offensive lineman, center guard combo, man, give me another offensive lineman. Give me somebody nasty. Kuiper, who you got at number 2?
You remember James Harrison from the
Yes, I do.
Steelers?
Yes,
Dude,
I
that dude
do.
was scary.
Yes.
He was so scary, man. This is the guard version of James Harrison. Just the scariest motherfucker you ever seen. Bro, he's huge and is so strong. It's ridiculous, man. He's an older prospect, but
Mhm.
if it wasn't for his age, he's 24 years old, 6'5", 318, he'd probably be a top 15 pick. But dude, he's nasty, he's violent, he's scary, and he will put defensive tackles to the ground. I love watching this Oregon guard.
Dude, this kid. All I gotta say, this kid is massive, man. He is a big kid. I'm just afraid every time I see pictures of him. I'm like, oh shit, that dude big.
He's
Hey, he one of them
huge.
dudes. He one of them dudes. If you walk down the alley, you see him, you gonna like, nope, I'm going this way, brother. You got it. You got it. That's who I want at guard on my team, right? When you see him, you're like, I'm gonna go this way, brother. So I know he's big. How is his athletic ability on the field? How is his footwork?
You're not gonna ask him to move out in space a lot. He's
Okay.
got to be in a gap scheme because he doesn't move all that well. He's pretty stiff in the hips, so you don't ask him to pull. You don't ask him to go out in space. He's very good just being right there in front of his man. So his foot speed is below average. The lateral movement is average, but it could be better.
Okay. uh I think just with his size alone is going to take up space in a
Oh
zone
yeah.
blocking scheme, and it look, man, those arms look pretty long, pretty big. So I think once he latch on to you, I don't think he's going nowhere at all, man.
And
He's so big, man. When you look at him, you think of offensive tackle, but he's actually a true guard. Okay.
he's very true guard.
True guard, okay, from the University of Oregon, so he got playoff experience, everything like that. He's an older guy in the draft, which that don't bother me. An offensive lineman, because offensive linemen play 10 to 12 years. It don't matter how old they are, so that part don't bother me. Now let's talk. We talked about his footwork and everything. And Kuiper, tell me about his IQ on the field. What is his IQ?
It was not below average. I would say it was pretty average. He never had a problem quite seeing stunts and twists. He did have some trouble, blocking them. I think that was more of his stiff hips and lateral movement. But he never I never really saw a problem with him diagnosing post snap movement, and he never really got beat that way. It was just always, the lateral movement got to him, and you never saw him actually pull. So you can never really tell with that being like in terms of second level intelligence and who to pick off, what kind of angles to take. So I'm not gonna sit here to say that he's the the most intelligent, but he's definitely far from being the least intelligent.
Yeah. I do. So I just love this kid, man. This kid is so big. I know I keep saying it, man, but size in the NFL, man, it does matter.
It
Okay.
matters.
Strength in the NFL matters. Okay. This kid has that. And when you say he's the James Harrison of offensive linemen, don't get the big
Absolutely.
fella all moist like that.
Oh, yeah.
Don't do it like that, man, because I love that, man. Give me the nasty offensive lineman any day. I want somebody to go punch somebody in the mouth, and that is Emmanuel Pregnon, Kuiper's number 2 interior offensive lineman in this year's draft from the University of Oregon.